Oh yeah. Here we are. The MSSADA podcast. We are the Friday before the big conference in Hyannis with the big Bedford Buck, Keith Mangan, and myself, the Crazy Cougar, here from Old Collie, Matt Trahan. Listen, if you can guess it, I'm geared up and ready to go. Want to pump these people up and get them excited about the conference. I know you do too. Keith,
absolutely.
How we doing?
Listen, we are great over here. We're just about 1 week into spring sports. The weather has been glorious, a nice balmy, 44 degrees out in Bedford right now. The wind is blowing, the sun is shining. Listen, it couldn't be any better than this. Couldn't be any better.
You're going to see a lot of athletic directors on their phone next week, canceling scrimmages and moving things around because it looks like we're getting a ton of rain. Never fails. But you know what, Keith? We're very fortunate because we're going to spend some time down at the conference with some of the best, and one of the best for us. Gold Athletics has been unbelievable to work with. Don't just ask us. Ask anybody who's worked with Gold Athletics. Gold Athletics is the premium fundraising company that meets all of your needs. If you need a fundraiser, reach out to Gold Athletics. The only way to fundraise.
Oh, listen, I was scrolling through the old Twitterverse the other day, or the old Xverse, I guess now.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw that the old Colony teams are rocking out with their spring fundraisers, and some of my coaches are reaching out to Steve this week to get some of our stuff going. It's like you can't go wrong. These guys are great.
They cover every base, so much so that I bought some Ethiopian coffee. Okay, really? and you can appreciate that because I only drink the high test. So the fact that they had it ready to, I go, yep, I'm in.
Yep,
I'm in.
Absolutely. And I know you have a sweet spot for the good stuff. So the finer things in life, Matt. So it's you can't go wrong. And you're crazy not to reach out to them, and they do great business, great people. Gold Athletics is where it's at now.
Absolutely. Keith, we got a number of things that we're going to talk about today in a short period of time. And one of those things, first and foremost, is for those of you who are listening, if you have questions about the conference or just athletics in general, please feel free to use the comment section. We're happy to answer any and all questions. But the bigger piece of it, Keith, is that I've been working with a lot of newer ADs, young ADs, or people that are trying to break into the profession and whatnot. Let's talk a little bit about that and how they can join us if it's not this year, maybe moving forward.
Yeah. So great question. I will say with our colleague Tanya Rich, we've been going back and forth and answering emails and questions and registering people even today. Those folks like to wait till the last minute. So we've been taking care of creating accounts for people today and getting it done. And, within our structure, we have our dual enrollment. We're a dual enrollment state with us and the national. So we take care of that stuff and do the national registration or membership through as part of ours. But if you don't do that, there are still other ways. We have an introductory rate. We have a preliminary rate for people just breaking into the field, as well as at least to be able to get to the conference. Because as we all know, the big part of what pays for our conference is our vendors and our vendor hall. So those sponsorships that we get and the vendors that come down, and it's so important that our colleagues will get down to the vendor hall. It'll be on Wednesday night or on Thursday morning to get out and meet with those vendors and spend some time and see what's out there. Like I know myself, I went through my budget line items today to see what kind of money I have left and reached out to our DPW. We talked about doing a couple small projects, and I got that line ready to go. We got a big vote Monday night to hopefully replace our turf field and our track. So I'll be talking with folks down there about that stuff as well. So we are ready to go. My wife always jokes around, this is my vacation time. And I say, this is my time to learn and to break it down with colleagues. It's just an outstanding experience.
Well, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head, but the bigger question is, what are you getting your wife prior to you leaving? Okay, because you need to soften the blow. For those of you that been ADs for a long time, that it's tough to be away from home for a better part of 4 to 5 days. I would recommend maybe flowers, maybe a gift card, something that they like, because you know what? I mean, we all know that, at the end of the day, it's tough to not be around.
Listen, one could, if I can interrupt for a second, one could always joke around that being away for 5 days might be quite a gift as well. Hopefully that's not it at all for folks out there, but it's haven't really thought too far about that yet. Trying to cover some other stuff. We have our Hall of Fame induction ceremony up here tomorrow night. So between some other stuff going on this week, spring sports starting, Hall of Fame tomorrow night. Just got our plaques delivered. Championship award guys came through big for us.
Nice.
Got those plaques done. Those are here ready to go. And then finish that tomorrow night. And then Sunday morning I'll pack, and Monday after my kids leave for school, and I'll say goodbye to my wife, and then I'll head down to Hyannis.
Hyannis. Yes, one of my favorite places. You hit the nail on the head. I think, for us, right? I mean, for the ADs out there, but if you're a non-AD and you're watching this, it's pressure packed. It's day to day, right? So like last night I had a huge basketball banquet, right? Yep. Today is kind of the aftermath, the cleanup. You're talking about running an event on a Saturday night, which is a major event. You put that to bed, and then you go to get some professional development. So, you see the 24-hour AD symbol up there. That's not just for the two of us. That's for the entire organization, because if you are doing the job the way that it was designed, you are a 24-hour AD, and you're working your tail off to meet the needs of student athletes around the Commonwealth. So
and it's not that we talk about this all the time, Matt, right? It's not that we're always working, but we're always thinking about ways to improve our programs, to help our student athletes grow, what we're passionate about doing, providing opportunities for them, working with our coaches, working with our communities, or within our league, or within our region, or across the state, as you and I do with so many great folks that are on our executive board. Mike Denise and Jim Quattromoni and Tanya Rich, who we already spoke about, and Terry for the banquet, and Terry Riley, and El Presidente, El Jefe, Tom Tarpe, and all the other folks that are out there, and everyone's doing their own job, but also then doing all this other stuff to get ready for the conference. And as I said, Tanya and I and Kara Ellis have been getting emails from people trying to add LTC classes or trying to get registered, because one thing or another might have popped up, and we want to get as many people there as we can.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing too is you mentioned it when you talked about your turf project and your track. Those vendors are such a value to what we do. But it's nice because I'm going down with some smaller thoughts, not necessarily on turf, but there'll be multiple turf vendors. There'll be plenty of track folks down there, and you can go down there and you can kind of let your hair down and talk to other people who have just done a project, and they can refer you to this vendor or that vendor. So, I find it very helpful. A lot of times, you get inundated with emails from different people, but come to find out, it's, if you do the research, you can find that some of those vendors can suit your needs, and it really is beneficial.
Yeah. We all those folks, there are every project for the most part that we've done in my 16 years in Bedford have come out of building some sort of a relationship with folks, big or small, some sort of relationship with folks, vendors that have been at the Cape, whether it be our reconditioning with Rydell. For us, all of our scoreboards were all through through Scoreboard Enterprises. Mark Hurley and his staff are great folks.
He's the bomb.
We do, he's the best. And then we do all of our fundraising now through Gold Athletics, and our turf, our track, Cape and Islands tennis, track and tennis will be down there, and everything. Nice. My weight room through Gronk Fitness, and everything that we've done is stuff that would come out of working with folks down the Cape.
Yeah, it's basically one-stop shopping. I mean, if you can't find it at the conference, you're not looking hard enough. Yeah. But I do want to talk to you a little bit about the PD and some of the functions that we have running, right? So, every year, in my opinion, it gets better and better. I know that Jim Quattromoni's been working really hard. We had him on last. And it's kind of, I don't know, but would you call it bittersweet? I know that, the year moves pretty quick. So, Tom Toppy has had a great year, and really his term is just about over. It's kind of crazy that the term ends after the March conference and we'll be welcoming somebody else in. I felt the same way not too long ago. You go, wow, that was quick. We certainly got a lot done. I know Tom got a lot done as well. But that being said, talk a little bit about, let's have the conversation about some of the events, some of the different things that we have planned. And really, I think there's a reason why we do this. And I think every AD needs to take advantage of it.
Yeah. So starting Monday night, we'll get down there Monday afternoon, start putting all the packets and everything together for everyone, all the behind the scenes stuff to make everything work so well down in Hyannis. But we have, I think, 7 LTC courses that'll run, all the legal issue ones, 504, 506, 508, 510, Gary Stevens coming down from up in Maine. Again, he'll handle all those, and he's a wealth of knowledge and very experienced in handling that. We have 723 coming off, professional growth for athletic programs. Ton of people looking at the registration for that. I think that's the class that's has the biggest sign up for so far. There'll be a rules induction workshop on Tuesday through the MIA. As you recall, we had to go through and do those. But before you finish your first year, we have to go through and handle that. I was actually lucky enough to do it twice due to an eligibility issue that we had, but that's a story for a later date. We can't forget about the podcast. Will be popping up here and there throughout the conference. Hopefully
here and there, it's going to be here, there, and everywhere, Coach.
Listen, we talked about the podcast that we ran in Orlando. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. We're going to have some people stopping by. We have our conference socials. There'll be one Tuesday night. There'll be one Wednesday night in the vendor hall. We have what else do we have? We have general sessions. We have Travis Doherty coming, talking about leadership, who's a man. Just got another thing from him today. Retired AD's luncheon that comes on during our first session. Award ceremonies, general set, all the concurrent sessions that our colleagues all give up their own time to present about things they're passionate about. The awards banquet, the CAA exam, the final meeting where we cover minutes, we talk about what's happening with our group, and then we have our big raffles, which everyone hangs around for, and hopefully they do. Each district, remember, each district has a raffle gift out there, and then we'll have the super raffle, which is a trip to next year's national conference, which is where next year? Did I hear that we're going back to San Antonio?
Yes. No, we're going to Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Sorry, my bad. San Antonio is just after that. I missed the first trip, so I'm just excited to go to get away.
just to get away. Mrs. Mangan heard that. Mrs. Mangan heard that just to get away.
Yeah. Well, no, excuse me. To get away and learn with my peers. And
thank you for finishing your sentence. I appreciate that.
Yes, I appreciate that. So but listen, you can't go wrong. There's so much stuff going on, and Jim Quattromoni has done a great job of building this. As the first VP, and then he'll rotate out, and then the next person will come in. But it's Mike Denise with all the behind the scenes work that he's had. Our vendors are full. We have no room for any other vendors to come in. He's done a great job with that. We're ready to go. Here we are, super drawing, win a trip to the 2024 National Conference in Austin, Texas.
I'm assuming Tanya was listening, because if that just came out, that's either that or the big brother's listening. I don't know. Right. Funny story about that. I think it was last summer at some point. My wife and I and my daughter were talking. We had a conversation about some footwear, right? Some summer footwear. 15 minutes later, I go on my phone and interestingly enough, there was a coupon for the exact topic we were talking about. Somebody's listening. I don't know who it is, but somebody's listening.
Always is.
But one of the biggest things that I want to underscore about the conference, because you referenced all of it, one of the biggest pieces is the networking with other ADs. And I love the fact that, we're all in this together, whether you're at a massive school or you're at a tiny school or you're in between. we're all in it together. We all can learn from each other. You learn something new every day. I know I do. But I go down there and I want to bring back some nuggets, something that I can improve my department, improve the student athletes, and really make an impact.
Yeah. You know what, Matt, and that's it, right? And when I first started going there, I kind of knew some people and kind of focused within my district suite when we were out, and the people that I knew. And one of the benefits of getting involved with the Msada board is that we've got to be able to meet so many people from across the state. Right, that it's not just my area. That's how I got to meet you and Andy and all the folks down south, folks out central and western part of the state, Tanya, and our old buddy Mike Roy, who used to have to come out by airplane all the way out. But
he's moved up. I heard he's got a private jet now.
Well, listen, he is big time. You know what I mean? He's had a little bit of a life change, so things are probably running a little different for him.
When you say life change, what are you referring to?
Well, because he's retired from the business.
Oh, so. I got you. Yeah. I didn't know what you meant by that. I didn't know.
No. If he's on right now, he's probably a little nervous about what we're going to go with that as well. So
he's good. I heard he's doing well.
Yep. No, things are good. We definitely miss him. We're gonna have a new vice president voted in this year, and as far as our other officers and stuff, so it's going to be great without question.
I love it. You talked about Jim Quattromoni and the great job that he's done. I mean, let's give him some credit, because the last time we had him on, we were talking. I had the opportunity to go to the finals. I watched a big game, Wareham and Bourne. With him, his crew, Peter Smith, all the executives. That was run like a well-oiled machine. It was very, very impressive.
Are you talking about the semifinal or the final up here at the Songus?
I went to the Songus.
Wait, hold on. We got a flag on the play. Oh, you were up at the Songus to watch the state final. You're telling me?
Yes.
In Lowell.
Yes, sir.
Right next to Tewksbury.
Yes. And
what?
And was I supposed to stop by? Was I supposed to stop by your house?
Listen, I don't know how you didn't.
You know what? I'm
gonna have to launch an investigation. Investigation has formally been launched now.
I didn't want to interrupt. It was middle of the day, so I know that you probably were hydrating or something of that nature. I didn't want to bother you.
What day were you up here for?
That was the Sunday.
Sunday. So all right. So in fairness,
born Wareham.
In fairness, Sunday my son's hockey team was we were unavailable on Sunday as well. So you lucked out there.
Oh, so
my son's team played at the Garden on Sunday night, his hockey team. But our semifinal game, we played at UMass Boston, and Jim and Pete, Tom Holgate was there, a bunch of other folks. He does a great job.
It's awesome.
Great job. Great job.
Absolutely awesome. And they treated us right. It was like it was an absolute well-oiled machine. So awesome. Kudos to those guys.
The Songus is a great venue.
So, oh my God, it's beautiful.
Yep,
absolutely beautiful. And to see it, at the lower level and then go back up to the beach, it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's a great venue. I know that a lot of people will discuss the Garden and stuff, but I know that the association is doing the best that they can in providing the best venues they can to accommodate.
My son's game was the last game, and the puck dropped 2 hours later than it was supposed to.
I heard that. It was a triple overtime game before you, right?
The first game of the day was a triple overtime, Coach. It was a tough one. It was a tough one.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's crazy. Well, listen, I know how busy you are. I know certainly, it's the end of the day, it's the end of the week. Yeah. And we're trying to get ourselves squared away for next week. That being said, folks, if you haven't registered, you're hitting the 11th hour. I would recommend you do it now. If you haven't done it, do it now. You don't want to miss out. This is going to be a monumental year down in Hyannis. I know that the Emerald is all about pleasing the people. So it's going to be one heck of a week. And before we go, I got to give one last shout out to our boy Matt Ross, all of his friends and executives at Gold Athletics. Looking forward to seeing him down in Hyannis. I know they've got something special set up, and they will be doing our luncheon as well. Awesome company to be involved with. If you're looking for fundraising, look no further. Gold Athletics will take care of all your needs. They are absolutely number one. Keith, this is a great warm-up. I look forward to spending a lot of time with you this week on air, and we're bringing in some guests. Folks, if you get a chance to stop by and see us, we'd love to talk with you.
Listen, we're going to have a great time, and I will see you soon.
Take care, brother.
Take care.